You just said that on it. I like that. So we are here inside of the Wildcat Sports Club, 3680 Milton Avenue in Camillus, New York. We're live with you on Facebook.com/WakeUpCallDT, YouTube.com/WakeUpCallDT, and on WakeUpCallDT.podbean.com, where we are every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Every month we are here with West Genesee, the Wildcats. We're going toward year 8 of doing Wake Up Call here, and this is the first time that I get to celebrate all of you, which I'm excited about. Can you give them a round of applause for West Genesee softball, please? So we have Coach Jimmy Ciciarelli, and we're going to have a good time here with Maria Brandt, as well as Kyra Lynch and Sophia VanHorn. So welcome to the broadcast. Doing all right? All right. Kyra, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
All right. What is it about Coach Ciciarelli that makes him so special? Why is he unique?
Well, I definitely think he has a fun time with us. Like, he jokes around with us, but like when it's time to play, like he'll get serious with us. But we definitely all have like a good time.
Okay, so he can be funny but also serious.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Maria, how are you? There's a different one. There's a different one. Give me your favorite Coach Ciciarelli moment.
Throwing Lex's elbow guard on top of a dugout in the middle of the game, so we had to throw little Lex's brother on top to get it.
Okay, now why did he do that?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, you got
It
it.
was funny.
Lexi just hit a double, and I'm coaching third base, and the routine is she calls time and runs the elbow guard, so she doesn't have to run with it to one of the coaches. And our dugout's on the third base side, so she came to me as the third base coach, and I ran it over so I wouldn't have to hold on to it and tried to throw it. I think it was to Lexi Cologne, and the first time I missed, it didn't go over the fence, so I threw a little harder and it went on top of the roof of the dugout. So Lexi Cologne's little brother, luckily, is pretty adventurous and climbed up on the dugout and got it down for me. Thank God, because I was embarrassed first of all, and I felt bad that she wouldn't have her elbow guard the rest of the game. But I gotta give a shout out to
Little brothers everywhere, and their ability to get into tough spaces or jump up on roofs if they need to. Sophia, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Now, Danny Tome is not, when he compliments somebody, it's not something that he takes lightly. He said you're a good person, which in his book there's like probably 14 good people. What does it mean to you that he has so many nice things to compliment you with, being the owner here at the Wildcat?
Oh, I love Dan. I worked here when I was younger, so when I was 14 I worked here.
Yeah.
Then I came back, and I've been working for like a year, so I love Dan, he's awesome. So.
What is it about Danny, how would you describe Danny's personality? I'm going to say all this when he's not in the room.
No, I love him. He's very personable. Like every issue I have, I can go to him. I like walk right into the office and I'm like, listen, like this is what's going on, and he like always deals with it. He's awesome.
Is there a favorite Danny Tome story?
Not really. He's just the owner. You know what I mean? Like he's just here. Like
Yeah.
there's really nothing specific. Like he's just.
What
he's
made
just
you
him,
What
yeah.
made you come back?
I needed a job, and I knew I'd get hired.
Okay,
So, yeah, I knew the place already. It was easy, so.
fair enough. Coach, you have these 3 student athletes up here today. I want you to go one by one, and I want you to tell me why each of them is a good representative of West Genesee softball.
I'll start with Maria. Maria is what we call a gamer. Maria shows up, she works hard outside of the game situation, but when I get her in a game, she's dialed in. There's one specific story where I came out to the mound, I said, how you feeling? She goes, I'm not coming out, coach. I go, I didn't ask you that, I just asked you how you feeling. I wasn't planning on taking it. She goes, I'm finishing this game. She's got like, I don't want to call it mean or like bossy, but she's got like an edge to her that I like in the players. especially a softball player, especially a pitcher who's out there on the circle all by herself.
So you're walking out there, and she thinks you're going to take her off.
Yes, she does.
So she says to you right off the bat, I'm not going.
She says right off the bat, I'm not coming out of this game. She turns away from me. I'm like, I'm not. I didn't go out and I wasn't saying I was going to take you out. I'm just trying to see how you're feeling. You know, are you good to go?
I like it.
Calm down a little bit, calm the situation, and she's like, I'm finishing this game.
Do you have any thought that maybe you were going to take her out when she told you?
No, as soon as she said that, I think I just walked away. Like I said, she walked away from me, and we didn't have like the infield in or anything, so I was just standing there by myself. So I turned around and walked back to the dugout.
So you have a little fear.
Sometimes, especially when we're keeping score in any sort of competition we're doing. If you mess up the score, she's like that. Then she becomes a little mean. She gets on you. So we always let her keep the score, and she's usually not wrong. If we do fun scrimmages or like in practice scrimmages, and I always mess up the score. I always forget, and they always blame me like my math skills.
He's a math teacher?
So I am a math teacher, but it's not a matter of adding and subtracting, it's a matter of forgetting the previous score. So, but she lets me know when I'm wrong in my math skills or remembering of the score.
Okay. All right.
Got an edge, and that's what I love about it. Kyra is our energy person. We feed off her energy. Kyra's our leadoff hitter. And she gets on, sparks fly. Next batter come up, move her to second, and more likely she's going to score. We feed off her energy. She's always happy and playful, but again, just like Maria, when it's game time, she's locked in. And I've had a year with these girls, and the difference between last year and this year is even more so this year. I've seen the maturity and the focus is just multiplied since last year, and I give them credit for that. Sophia? Well, Sophia's been with me for 5 years now, minus the COVID year, of course. She's like an extension of Coach Bub and myself. If we need to figure out what's going on with the team, if there's, I don't know how to put it, but like if we need information, we go to her. If we want to give information, we go to her. She's like another coach for us. She's another one that we feed off. Her energy, her play. When things are down, we rely on Soph to give us a spark, whether it's a defensive play at short or a swing in the box. So we rely on her. It's felt short, but I know it's been a long time she's been with us, and we're gonna miss her for sure. We had our senior night last night, and it was tough to say goodbye. But we're not done yet. We got a couple more weeks left.
So I want to go back to what Coach said here. Maria, I'm going to go to you first. There are pitchers in Major League Baseball that when a manager comes out and says you're done, that's it. How do you feel that you have more pull than Major League Baseball players?
Amazing.
I don't know, because I feel like if I'm like in the inning
Yeah.
and I know what's going on, and then he like takes me out, it makes me mad because I know like the second he walks out, I'm like, okay, no, I have to do better. So like him walking out there was like motivation. I'm like, I'm not leaving. He's like, you're not. I just want to make sure you're good and calm. I'm like, okay, good. Okay, goodbye.
Has he ever gotten you to come off the mound, or does that?
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've learned from those moments?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I just think it's cool that you have more pull than like Yankees and Mets out there. It's pretty cool. So, all right, Kyra. The lead off, the energy boost. What does that mean to you to hear from Coach that they feed off of your energy and what comes from you?
I'm actually kind of nervous because like sometimes I have bad days and like I don't want to like if I'm down, I don't want to make the whole team down. But like it's really special to be like the person that's the energy because I love like that people can feed off of it and like kind of leads the team to be energetic on the field and support each other.
Is there any energy from someone else on the team that you feed off of? Is there somebody that brings you energy?
Probably Brimley.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. We're really close with each other, and it's just kind of like I see her and I get happy, and she gets happy, and then we just we have a fun time.
Who's the happier person?
Me. She's mean.
She's mean.
She's real mean.
You just said you're both happy, and then you're like, nah, she's mean. Why?
Well, she can't be mean.
She can be mean. Can you ever be mean?
Oh yeah.
So you're both happy and you're
You'll
both
see
mean.
us. We'll be over there like slapping at each other, and like 5 minutes later we'll be like hugging.
So you're like sisters. Okay, fair enough. Sophia,
Yes.
we hear that you're also an energy boost, but that you're the information. The coach goes to you as kind of a resource, and 5 years is a long time to spend with a team. So what has all of this meant to you is you have just a couple weeks left to enjoy it.
I didn't. It goes. It kind of, yeah. It went super fast, like in the blink of an eye. Like I still feel like the young kid. Like I look up and I'm like, where's the older people? And then it's like, oh wait, it's me. Like I'm the old person here now. So it's kind of like it's bittersweet. It's like sad but exciting, but it was a lot of fun. I just enjoyed it so much. You know, it was great.
So you heard Coach say nice things about you.
Yes.
Tell me something about Coach.
I've never had a bad experience with Coach. Like honestly, like he hasn't like I've not really got like when I get yelled at, I deserve it, but I've never had anything bad to say. Like I have like just the most respect for them. Like they took me in when they didn't know me. They took a chance on like a little 8th grade kid, and I like couldn't be more appreciative for it because it's been some of the best 5 years. Like travel ball like is rough sometimes. Like I get really down, but like when I have my season at high school coming up, it's like I have fun. It's my time to have fun, not worry. So.
How are you handling the fact that you said that you didn't believe it went by fast, but now it has? How are you handling knowing that it's coming to a close in high school?
Well, I'm going to OCC to play next year, so it's kind of like I'm still going to play, so I'm not going to play.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like that's just how it is. Like, I don't know, kind of just like that's how it is. Like, I got to deal with it, like, enjoy it while it lasts, kind of stuff.
But you're staying close
Yeah,
at OCC.
yeah I'm not leaving. I'll be here. So.
Right. Can we clap that up? Can we give some love? Continuing softball and academics. And you could still have a job here. So, Kyra, tell me something good about Coach.
Definitely the fact that I always feel like the fact that he jokes with us, like I think it's the funniest thing in the world when he jokes with us. Like even today at practice, his dad was coming up to practice. And I said, oh hey coach. And he was like, oh hey, and I was like, wrong coach. And I think it's just so funny. And I enjoy it so much.
What is it about this team, and not just Coach, but about the team, that you love so much? Like, why do you care about everybody that's around you?
Well, definitely, we're all very close to each other. We're all very close friends. And then we all just relate with each other. Like, when one of us is like up and going, like it gets us all going, and then it just sparks entertain, and then like it says like backs are contagious, like the energy is contagious, and then it just spreads throughout everybody. It's really fun to play.
All right, Maria, tell me something good about the man that takes you off the field.
Well, whenever I'm pitching, even hitting, we always make jokes because I'm always so ahead of myself. This is when I'm up to bat, and I'm always like lunging in the ball. He always tells me just wait, just relax. Like I don't know, it just gives me like more energy. It gives me more confidence. And then when I'm pitching, he's always like, let's go, finish in here. Like he's always pushing me, and I love that.
When you're a pitcher, you know what you're looking for, right? And you know what you're doing to get a hitter out. But when you're up, like you said, kind of like lunging, when you're a hitter out, do you feel like, how do you balance the two? How do you balance pitching and hitting? And do you feel like as a pitcher, you've kind of taught yourself how to hit better?
I definitely feel like I've learned since I'm a pitcher, like pitching-wise and locations and like the ball, like how it spins and stuff. Like I can tell when things are coming, so it helps me. The second I can tell the way she's holding the ball or like the way she's standing on the mound, or I can read everything easily, so it's definitely helped more. And when they like help me with help all the pitches, and we have like the wrist things, and I can figure it out. Like sometimes even before they call it, like I've learned how to like use it more and like where my locations are in certain pitches.
So you don't have to use the trash cans from the Houston Astros to figure out the pitches.
No,
Okay.
and I've almost memorized my wristbands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that. Congratulations on that. All right, well, we're going to continue to tell me something good. I want you, Maria, to tell me something good about Kyra. I always like when there's a pause.
Okay. Kyra has a lot of energy. She is a bundle of laughter and joy, especially when our team's up to bat. Me and Kyra are always the ones that are screaming against the fence. Like, I love her. She has her Kyra moments, but she's always on the top of things. Like, when her energy's going, like, she's there. She always picks me up if I do something wrong. She'll always be like, good job.
All right. Kyra,
Yeah.
tell me something good about Sophia.
I think what I love about her is the fact that she's such a good leader. And like, if we are having a good game or we just need a boost, like she will be there to make sure we are ready. Or she always has these paragraphs she sends to us before every game, like that. Sometimes, and she gets us ready. She makes sure that we are ready for this game, and she expects us to play the best we can every game, and that's what I love. She pushes us to play our best.
I like that. Sophia, tell me something good about Maria.
Sorry. I'm definitely the type of person, like, if I mess up, like, I like, get mad at myself, and I'll be like, I can't believe I just did that, or I can't believe I missed the ball, and I can, like, look over at Maria in the mound, and I'll just be like, I don't, like, it, like, takes a lot to, like, make me smile when I'm grumpy, and looking at her, like, instantly, like, I just, like, know, like, okay, I'm back in it, we're good, I got her, that type of thing.
I like that. I appreciate that. So, before we get into rapid fire, I want to talk a little bit about this. Oh, you'll find out. So we're about to look at this season as it's coming to a close. Sophia, I'll start with you on this. Outside of wins and losses, how would you describe this season? Go ahead. There you go. I just wanted you to do it again.
I definitely say it was unexpected. Kind of a shock to a lot of people. We were seen as like the easy team, like the team you want to play. We were seen as, I feel like people counted us out for a lot of stuff, and we came out and we really like switched things around. We beat teams that people probably didn't think we'd ever even come close to beating. So I definitely think it was like a turnaround year, and it was a year for the books. Like we did really good.
Kyra, I heard some kind of powwow meetings over there of 3 words to describe the team, and somebody was talking about it. I want 3 words from you.
All right, I was practicing this beforehand.
I thought it might have been you.
Energetic, hardworking, and competitive.
Okay. I want to clap it. Clap a little louder for us. You know. So you said energetic, hardworking. Yes. And your last one was?
Competitive.
Competitive. You heard from Sophia that some teams thought you were going to be the easy team this year. When you said being competitive is one of the 3 words to describe it, did you have a chip on your shoulder all season?
Yeah, I definitely think we had a chip on our shoulder, especially coming off last season when we only had 3 wins. We came into this season like we need to do better than we did last year, and we just really wanted to play hard so we can prove that we are not just the easy team to win, and we wanted to do better. So that really put us in every game. We were down, like our competitive just like made us fight back.
When you have a season like last season, like you said, 3 wins, why do you think this team was able to get over the hump this year? What was it about last season that got you to where you are today?
I think we all just realized like we are better than that, and we knew last year we were better than that, and everyone just kind of looked at the records and was like, oh, like they're not that good, but we knew that we could be a lot better than that, so we came into this season knowing like we need to prove to everyone that we are as good as we know we are.
I like it. Appreciate it. Maria? Favorite moment of the season?
Either beating Liverpool or Auburn,
Okay.
which I didn't play the Liverpool game, but I was like hyped the whole game. I was on score and I was like ready for it. Because Liverpool comes very ready, and we were like, we knew they were coming ready, and we knew that we would like get the energy up and get it going early. And we got right on it. And the Auburn game was very competitive. Like I felt like it was back and forth the first 2 innings, and then once we got on it, we were ready.
So those are your 2 favorite moments. You had to pick which one would slightly win between
Auburn.
them.
I didn't play in the Liverpool game.
Yeah, so
no
you're-
cockiness there.
So you're gonna
Well,
pick
I pitched
Auburn.
great,
All
but
right. Okay.
the Auburn one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Coach, this season, you and I were talking about it off the air. How would you assess it when we know that you're finishing up here shortly? What's on your mind from this year?
Well, in the start of the year, Coach Bub and I talked, and I said to him, I said, this team is ready for the intensity to pick up. Last year, we were a bunch of new varsity players, and we were a little more laid back, I think. And from day one, we picked up the intensity of practice. I was hard on this team. I pushed them. Maria said it already. I pushed them. Maria especially. And they respond. They respond every single time I challenge them. Every single time I challenge them to do something, whether it be score 2 runs this inning, chip away at a lead, tie the game, and then take the lead, they always respond. And if they don't accomplish that goal, that challenge that I've given them, they fight for it. And that was different than last year and previous years. This team fights. I told them a couple of games ago, I said, bury that chip deep in your shoulder. All right. Every now and then, I try to find some sort of motivation to kind of piss them off a little bit, I guess. Like motivate them to come out and fight and compete. And someone always prevails. Someone always says something to me that gets me going, gets me fired up, and I always share it with them, and they take that and they run with it. Something was said before the Liverpool game. Something was said before the SM game. Something was said before the Beagle game. I mean, it's just, they take the challenge and they run with it. And I don't think that was the case last year. I don't think we were ready and capable of doing that, where this year they've responded.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just, like Kyra said, they knew that they're better. They're better than what the record showed last year, and they're ready for the challenge this year. They're all a year older. We had, how many returners? Maybe like 10? Something like that. A lot of them were first-year varsity players. I mean, we're still a very young team, but we have experience now as a young team. And, you know, I pushed them right from the beginning, and they responded. They probably thought I was the biggest jerk in the world at the start of the year, and I probably was, but they responded to it. And I'm still going to push them even as the season winds down, and I think that we'll still respond. They're just that type of team. They're that type of team. They talk about how we joke around, but then we're serious. I might take the seriousness to a new level. The intensity, I think, is a little much sometimes, but they respond to it, and I appreciate them for it.
Do you think, and I'm going to watch their reactions when I ask this question, do you think that they could tell the difference between you like yelling something to help, like a shouting something, versus you're mad? Can they tell the difference?
You want them to answer or me to answer?
I want, well, you said yes.
Yeah.
You could tell the difference?
100%.
So, Sophia, you kind of did this. Can you tell the difference?
Yes, sometimes no. Like sometimes I think he's like just so into it. He's like, listen, like you know what I mean? Just kind of says something.
Just
It's
loud.
Like, yeah, and it's like, is he mad? Is it like instructional? Like sometimes, but most of the time, yeah. Like it's like, okay, like he's like serious. We gotta like get it going.
Oh yeah. Can you tell the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when he's mad, he's more like calm about it. Like he just gets his point. Like he's not like aggressive about it, but
Yeah.
he is at the same time. Like he wants to put his point out there so we can learn from it and like do better and do what he wants to.
Coach, I'm going to ask you, because we got some of your team off camera here. Who is the most serious person on the team?
Probably Sophia.
You both pointed that.
Probably Sophia. I think Michaela's pretty serious too. She can be serious. But I think our leader, Sophia, she knows what it takes, and I think she has to be in that role at times as the captain. But don't let her fool you. She will do anything for anybody. Still brings the positive energy. It's never negative. But yeah, she can be serious.
Okay, who's the funniest? Sam.
The funniest person?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with probably either Kyra or Maria. Maria cracks me up with some of the stuff that comes out of her mouth, some of the things she says. But it's always with honesty and it's always with love behind it. But Kyra cracks me up all the time. Anna cracks me up. Anna's pretty funny. Anna's got like that like under the radar humor at times.
I like how she was like this, like bring it, yes, say it. She agreed with you, and she's eating and she's still, bring it on. I'm having my food, but I know I'm funny, Coach. Tell the world they need to hear it. I like that.
Yeah, she got more like that drier, like I said, under the radar humor. She'll like make a simple comment that's like, that's funny. I didn't even laugh at it because I wasn't expecting it.
Okay.
And she's in like the play and everything, and you wouldn't expect she's pretty quiet, but like.
Where'd she go?
She's got a personality, that's for sure.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So with that being said, we're gonna jump into rapid fire now.
All right.
So, Coach, you know this because I think you've seen it around football, right?
Yep.
So we're here with West Genesee Wildcats softball live on-site on location at the Wildcat Sports Club here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, Sophia. We're going to be playing this for the first time, Kyra and Maria as well. So this is how it works. Nothing is pre-planned. I don't know any questions you would have. You don't know any questions would come from me. They could be about literally anything. It doesn't have to be sports. Could be about anything in the world. We are live on video around the world right now and on audio around the world, and we're in front of these wonderful people. So anything that we get asked, we have to answer. And you guys get to put me on the hot seat too. It's not just me doing that. So we're going to go back and forth, and I get to do that with Coach as well. So because you look a little nervous, Kyra, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you watch Coach and I do this first. Coach, what's your question for me?
Favorite ice cream?
Oh boy. Well, I have one coming out, and I guess I can release this because it's my company, so I can do what I want to do. So next week, because I have the exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Lemoyne, and I just got to break the news about D1 that we've been working on for about a year, I am making a dolphin-centric ice cream at Carvel DeWitt. So at some point next week, it's the promotional thing is in the car. So the board is in the car. It is a mint chocolate chip, green for Lemoyne. So mint chocolate chip, hot fudge, whipped cream, cherry, green and gold sprinkles. And they have never had this at Carvel, but we bought a mold for it, so we're making history. Every single Sunday, we'll have a chocolate dolphin jumping out of the whipped cream. So that's going to be at Carvel DeWitt on 4322 East Genesee Street, DeWitt, New York. So that'll be unveiled next week, but I told y'all tonight because I felt it. So, yeah, so I would say that's probably a favorite.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So my question for you, Coach, I'm going to stay with food. You got a meal that you got to eat. You have breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of your life has to be the same. So you get one thing for breakfast, and I mean, it could be whatever you want. You could say a bunch of stuff, but you have one breakfast meal, one lunch meal, one dinner meal. What are you eating for the rest of your life starting today?
So they're all separate. I don't have to
They're all
do the same
separate.
thing for the 3
No,
days.
they're all separate.
Well, I'll start with dinner. Linguine and clam sauce, white clam sauce.
Okay.
From
To get-
Mario's in the Bronx. Can I get that specific with it?
Yeah, you can get very specific. In the Bronx, I like
In the
it.
Bronx, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. For breakfast, probably a Dunkin' Donuts sausage, egg, and cheese croissant.
Okay.
For lunch, lunch
get
is the tough one.
Coach, you agree with that? Okay. All right. I saw the point. That's why.
Let's see. For lunch, I'm gonna go with a Wegmans sub. Danny's favorite Wegmans sub.
You know what? There's nothing like. There used to be a place called Ned's Bakery and it was down the street from where I grew up, and they had the best subs. If half of the meat fell out, you had a half a pound of meat for the rest, to like make sandwiches for a week. Plus, you still had enough in the sub, and they were like $5. But outside of Wegmans being outrageously expensive, like they've continued to raise their prices during COVID, so I wish they would stop doing that because I do love Wegmans, but I got to call that out. I love their subs.
Yeah, they're great.
It's got to be the everything bread.
Everything bread, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
His favorite.
All right.
I usually get all the time.
All the topics. All right. Well, you've seen how we play it, so Kyra, question for me.
If you could have dinner with any athlete, who would it be?
Any athlete
Yeah.
right now? I guess I'm going to do the one that came to my mind first, is that I covered him in college, and I now in the NFL, and I'm very spoiled. So I call him my favorite Hanson brother. He looks like Hanson brothers with the long blonde hair. But I would have to say, if I had to have dinner with anybody, it'd be Trevor Lawrence, my quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Are you a Jags fan?
I am a Jags fan
Apologize.
since they came out in '95. And this will be my 13th year of covering them. Did somebody say something about the Jaguars?
I did.
Oh, I heard that part. But they made the playoffs last
They
year.
did. They did.
So-
Well, and Doug Marrone brought him to playoffs too.
Yeah, he did. He did. So I'd say Trevor Lawrence. All right, Kyra. You laugh a lot.
I do.
Who is your favorite comedian, either professionally or someone that you know?
Someone I know.
You can pick anybody. Favorite comedian, the person that would make you laugh no matter
Okay,
what.
I know I already brought her up, and it's still Brandt. Like, me and her laugh all the time, and it's kind of a problem. Like, sometimes it's like, it's not at good times, but we'll always be laughing.
Okay. I will tell you that as you get older, you will realize that the non-appropriate times to laugh are probably the funniest times.
Yeah.
So you can
I agree.
appreciate that. Yeah. All right, Maria. Your face is way too serious right now. Okay, what do you got for me?
How many kids do you have? If you have any.
I have Lily, my dog. That's my kid. So yeah, I have Lily. And she has the best traits of a human being and none of the bad ones. So she's the best. All right, I've never been asked that question before. All right, Maria, how many kids do you have? I'm kidding. I had to do that because you did it. So, all right, Maria, I'm just kidding. So what movie would you jump into the world of and why? If you could like go into any movie, what movie would you want to live in? What world?
I'm gonna be honest. I can't sit still to watch a movie to save my life.
Okay.
Like if I had 5 minutes to live and I still had to watch a whole movie, I'm dying. Like I couldn't tell you.
I don't know what it is about like your generation, but I love movies. And I can't tell you how many teams have sat on this couch with me for West Jenny, and when I ask about movies, they're like, I don't watch movies. I'm like, why? Movies are great. So music? Can you live in the music world?
Yeah.
What musical star would you tour with for a year? Broadway? You don't have to wait for me to finish that. Why?
I don't know. I feel like his like lyrics, like everything he says is just so like understanding. Like sometimes it's good stuff, sometimes it's like about relationships or it's about like being what's the word? Like going through stuff in life, but then it's like I don't know.
Okay. All different things.
Yeah.
All right. Sophia? Go ahead. What's your question for me?
Who is your biggest role model in life?
My biggest role model? Well, I would say God above everything. So I know people don't talk about it nowadays, and I don't understand why, but it's weird because like growing up as a kid, if you didn't believe in God, you kind of got slapped in the back of the head. And now if you say you believe in God, I feel like you kind of get slapped in the back of the head. But I would say, God's been my compass to everything that I do. And if I had to pick a person, it would be my grandmother. It'd be G-Mama. And she lived to be just shy of 101. But I would pick her because no one in this world knew me better, was more positive, kinder, just loving. And I knew when she passed away that the world was going to feel different. I didn't realize it was going to feel this different. And I actually put it up yesterday. I said, I wish she was here to hold my hand right now. And I know she is. I know she's with me. I know she's up in heaven. I know she's got me. And I just hope I can make her proud, because her light was so big that I want to make sure my light can be at least half the size for a world that definitely needs it, I would say. So, Sophia, my question back to you. We're going to go on vacation here for your question. You're going to go anywhere that you've never been. Where are we going? And you are taking one of your teammates, only one. You're taking one of your teammates, and you're taking your celebrity crush. I honestly feel like the mic's never done that. I think it's doing it for her. Yeah,
Okay.
just so she can hit it.
Wait, are we there?
There you go, there you go.
I probably want to go to Italy. I really want to travel Europe. Like, that's like one of my life goals.
Okay.
My parents aren't thrilled about it. They don't want me leaving, but I really want to travel Europe when I'm older. If I had to bring someone, oh my God. I'd probably bring Leah. Just me and me and Leah, like, I literally, if I have something to say to someone, like something funny, or I like have something serious, I'm like, Leah, get over here. I gotta like me and her talk about so much, like we like are like each other's therapists, but we also I love each other, talk about everything, giggle about everything. So I think that would be like really fun. I'd bring everyone. Like I love everyone the same. Everyone's kind of just like got something special.
Okay.
Celebrity crush. Okay.
Yep. Dad, close your ears. Don't listen to this.
Honestly, I'd say Harrison Bader off of the Yankees.
Off the Yankees.
I love him.
He's okay with
He
that.
likes him. I love him.
Yeah, your dad would be okay. Okay. All right, I like that. We're going to go around one more time. Maria, what's your final question for me?
I might have answered this. How long have you been doing this?
How long have I been doing this? So this is crazy. So I started when I literally stepped into college. So this year, in November, makes me sound like I'm 100 years old when I say this, but in November, I will have been a broadcaster for 20 years. I started at 18. And I will own my own company in July of this year for 11 years. So I've worked more than half my career for myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So yeah, good question. All right, Maria, let's think here. You have to pick one of these three jobs: brain surgeon, shark tamer, or professional bungee jump artist. Which one do you choose and why?
Professional bungee jump.
Okay, tell us why. Explain yourself.
I'm definitely not touching people's brains.
Okay, all right.
There's not a lot in mine to let alone how to use someone else's. And
You're not gonna be a shark tamer. No.
sharks aren't my thing. I like the ocean, but that's a little much.
Okay. I don't think sharks are anybody's thing.
I'm not scared of like anything, so
So you'll do it.
yeah. Like if I was to go skydiving or like anything, I would do it.
Okay, all right. Sophia, your last one for me?
Oh, I have my own. Yep. Go for it. Okay.
I like professional legend.
Okay, did you play any sports growing up?
Yes. Is that your question?
Okay, did you play any sports growing up, and is that what like influenced you to pursue this job?
So I played basketball most of my life. I actually played at St. Joe's right up here in Camillus. And we set records for JV and varsity on the team, which was cool. And the only time I was ever voted MVP and ever won a championship was in Marcellus. We had a summer camp that I did for years. My last year we were allowed to do it. We had to play indoor and outdoor basketball, which is different because of wind and angles and shots and whatnot. And I got MVP, only time in my life, MVP of our tournament, and we won the championship. And that sits in my studio, the championship, which is so small. It's such a tiny trophy. You feel like it should be massive? It's this little trophy. And they spelled my name horrendously wrong on my MVP thing. But, so yes, I played basketball. Did it inspire me to do this? I've always loved sports because I feel like it's the news that's not bad news. Yeah, your team can lose, but I feel like people escape to sports. So I like to be a place of positivity, laughter, fun, and I like to be a place for people to feel safe, appreciated, heard, and I feel like my show's very different because we accept everybody, we cover every sport, and you know, I was told when I started as a broadcaster, they said women won't listen to your show. They said it's men 25 to 54, you're never gonna break that. And I said, yeah, I am, and my boss said, how? I said, I'm gonna do two things, respect women and cover their sports. And I stepped into my life as a broadcaster in 2003, covering women's and men's basketball. And I said back then, when they asked us about what we wanted to do, I said, I'm not covering men's basketball unless I get to cover women's too. So we were doing it 20 years before it was like politically right to cover women's athletics, and I feel like people should have done it 20 years ago like me. And I will always cover women's athletics because you guys deserve it. There's no difference between women and men to me. And a lot of times our women's sports were better at the college I was at, so we would have been doing a disservice to the people if we didn't cover it. So yeah, I was inspired by it. All right, Sophia. You're going to come out onto the field to a song at OCC every game. What song describes you?
Oh. I like a lot. Like, I have like the music taste of my dad, honestly. Like, I have like, like when we travel for the summer, like his Bluetooth connects and we're like blaring 100 like Max, like VanHorn, all that stuff. Like, I listen to all that stuff. And like, my personality outside of softball, I feel like is so different than what people think I'm actually like. Like, I'll show up and they'll be like, you don't look like you do on the field. Like, I'm very girly, but then also like very like 30, like angry, like it's two completely very different people.
Yeah.
So one song I bought, there's like two. Either Still the Night by Whitesnake or Pound Cake by Van Halen. I love those two songs, so.
Okay. See, I feel like when, and I'm the same way, like when you listen to the music of your parents, I feel like, I don't know, for me it's like 60s, 70s, 80s, it's still my favorite. And Phil Collins, I have No Jacket Required from Phil Collins, the vinyl record. That's the record that's in my record player right now, from 1985. So, and it's still true to today. The song, Why Doesn't Anybody Stay Together Anymore? That song right now makes sense. It was made almost 40 years ago. So music was so good back then. All right, Kyra, what's your last question for me?
Okay, I've been thinking about this. You were talking about movies.
Yes.
What is your favorite movie?
I love so many movies. And I've also worked in screenwriting. And one of my aspirations is to actually write a movie for do a major motion picture that people can go see. And I will. I got to act in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. Not with him, but we got to do background extra work. And I showed up in the movie of like the 200 of us. I'm actually in it. I got to do a lot of cool stuff, but the part I showed up in, I did almost nothing. I walked out of an alley and turned my head to the right. But I'm in it, and you can see me. And now that he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, technically I am too, so I want my royalty money for that. But I will write a movie someday, or a TV show or something. But I would say, what's my favorite? That's so tough. I love Liar Liar with Jim Carrey, because I can recite the entire movie in my head. And I would probably say the original Spider-Man, because I never thought I'd see my favorite superhero on the big screen. And then besides that, if I had to pick a serious one, I love Robin Williams, but he did a serious role in What Dreams May Come, and it was like people that believe and don't believe in heaven and hell and God, and there's like suicide as a part of it, and the entire story is so compelling that I feel like it can almost like bring people to faith if you have none. And it's just, you will cry, but it's such a good movie. So I'd say What Dreams May Come. All right, Kyra, you made me think on that one, so I gotta make you think on this one. Okay, are you ready for this? You are going to be, people always give me a weird look when I ask this question. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
All right.
2024 is you.
Okay.
I already know we're going to be in better shape than the last 20 years.
All right.
So you're the president.
I know.
What's the first thing you're going to do?
Good question.
And there's a part 2 to this as well.
I would shorten school.
You would shorten.
I would, like, no Fridays or something, and then
Okay.
it doesn't need to be as long as it is. I think it's a stretch at the end.
Yeah.
June doesn't need to be a part of school.
I feel like it's longer up here than down south.
It is?
It feels that way.
Oh.
It just feels that way. And the weather also is like nicer down there. So, okay, who's your vice president?
My vice president.
Basically, I'm asking you if you could not be president anymore, who would you trust to run the country?
Could it be like anyone?
Anybody.
I could go with Coach Bob.
Okay.
I think he would be very good.
Okay. Coach. So you're gonna go with Coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Coach Bob.
Why would he be very good?
I think that he just like he always knows what's going on, and like I think he's always working like 3 steps ahead, so he can figure out something that's going on and figure out an issue with it before it even happens.
Okay. All right. I like it. Coach, your last one.
And who am I asking? You? All right, so we talked a lot about superheroes. Pick one superpower
Once.
that you could have. What would it be?
Goodness me.
And let's say you can't do spiderweb. You had to pick something different.
No, I've thought about this. So there's actually a character I created that to this day does not exist. And I actually made like the story behind it in college, and we filmed a trailer for the TV show.
Okay.
And I still have it, and we have the outtakes, which is hilarious because so I'm the main character in this thing, and I'm not going to give the stuff away because people try to steal it right now. I got to copyright this thing first. But I will tell you this: I have to get hit by a car because I have to die at the beginning of the trailer. The person who hit me the person who was filming that hit me with the car, she jumped out of the car and said, "Oh my God," she's like, "that was a great take, that looks so real." It's because she actually hit me with the car. Now, she didn't hit me hard, but I was actually hit by the car. And the outtakes are hilarious because I realized that I struggle with when I have to pop, like I had to come back to life, and when I popped up, she had to be at like the edge of the bed. And when I jumped up, I couldn't look at the camera. So when I come back to life, I could not stop laughing, and I don't know why. So, but if I had to choose so there's a superpower to that show that I will not give out because it's unique. But if I had to pick right now, I would want angel wings and I want to fly, or I would want to teleport.
Okay.
So either teleportation or wings. So either Angel from the X-Men or Nightcrawler.
Gotcha.
And because the X-Men are in the MCU now and they don't have one, you know who to call. All right, Coach,
Okay.
do you like superheroes?
I do.
All right. Okay, so you're going to put a superhero team together. But this is going to be a unique twist that I've never asked before. You got to pick 4 people that you know to give superpowers to that exist. So basically what I'm asking you is like, you could choose the heroes, but who would be like your Hulk? Who would be your Captain America, your Thor, that type of stuff. So you could pick any superheroes to give powers to. Who are they and what powers do they have?
So pick 4 people that I know.
Pick 4 people you know and then give them an existing superpower. Like give somebody gamma radiation or something like that.
Okay. Let's see. That's a good question. All right. I could probably keep it within.
You keep it in the room.
here. I would give.
Maria already has telepathy because she gets you to leave the field. So.
Maria. I don't know. I don't know if I go with Maria yet. I gotta think about this. This is tough.
I've never asked it before.
Let's see. You want super speed? All right, Malin wants super speed. That's what I would pick
Okay.
too, because I do not have super speed.
So you would become the
You're
Flash.
the Flash.
You're the
All right,
Flash.
Malin's the Flash.
I need the speed. I can take it off the second I get to base.
Okay.
I would pick. All right, so you guys all know her. Sammy Witten is the Hulk. I
Okay.
would give her Hulk power. She's a JV player for us.
Yeah.
Great kid, one of my favorite kids. She just doesn't have the height and the build. We call her the Beast.
So you would give her gamma radiation.
I would give her the Hulk skill.
Yeah. Okay.
Only because she's one of our smaller players, but she would take it on for sure.
Okay.
Let's see.
So we have the Flash, we have the Hulk.
Flash, we have the Hulk.
Flash is my favorite DC.
I would give, let's see, Lexi Rydelic. She would be Thor with the hammer.
Okay,
She
they
would
said
be
it
our
makes sense.
Thor.
Why does it make sense?
Because right now, so I have 2 players right now that are neck and neck with home runs. Right? Alana's one of them here in the red. And Lexi hit one yesterday, I think, to take the lead, right? So she's got 7 home runs, Alana's got 6, and right now Lexi's our Thor.
Okay.
She lays the hammer down
Okay.
when she steps in the box.
So we got a Thor.
And then, let's see. There's some other superheroes.
You gotta pick one more person.
Let's see, we could do Superman, I could do, there's some other. Marvel, I could stick with like Iron Man. Trying to think. Yeah, we can make Alana Iron Man. Alana is our catcher, right? And she has to stick herself behind the plate and take on foul tip balls
Yeah.
in there, and then get up and continue to make a play afterwards.
So she's already made of iron.
So she's already pretty much wears an iron suit.
Okay.
We actually call her Stormtrooper because she's got all white catcher's gear. She just bought it.
Yeah.
And Anna's sister had the same gear back when she played for me years ago, and we called her a Stormtrooper, which isn't a superhero,
But I like it.
it's like
The iron armor.
a movie reference.
All right.
So Alana will be our Iron Man, Madeline's our Flash, Lexi is our Thor, and then what is it? Sammy Witten is our Hulk.
I like that. So with that being said, from the Wildcat Sportsbook, 3680 Milton Avenue in Camillus, New York, where we are every month for almost 8 years now with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, and live for you Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 in the morning, Eastern Time around the world, and of course here in the community. I want to thank West Genesee Athletics as always, and I want to thank this awesome softball team for flipping the script this season, for Sophia, for Kyra, for Maria, for Coach, and for all of you that are off camera here. Please give a round of applause to these wonderful, wonderful student athletes and coach. And we'll see you all again soon. Thank you. Appreciate it.